In the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
My entire career, I have been personally opposed to the death penalty, and that has never changed. And I dare anybody who is in a position to make that decision, to face the people I have faced, to say, I will not seek the death penalty.
But it was Biden's record that dominated the night under relentless assault. President Obama's former housing secretary, Julian.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you, who I think so many of us have had as mentors, as the people who raised us, as the communities that raised us, that looked at us, I'll speak for myself, and they convinced us we were special. We weren't particularly special, but we believed them when they told us that we were. And so we thought then about what we could achieve and our responsibility.
Yeah, we are back with some more current events. Oh man. Dear Democrats, y'all let me know. Hey, listen, I'm not a Republican, nor am I a Democrat. However, I see through the bull crap. You understand what I'm saying? With that being said, listen, right now we about to sit back and dive in to this gentleman right here who is going to cheerlead his off for Kamala Harris. You understand me? So sit back and react as we watch the Democrats go through the most critical time in their life right now. As we all know, Biden just dropped out the race and Kamala Harris will be next up to step on the plate. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Are you ready for Kamala to be your next president? Let me know. Sit back and react with your boy. If you like reactions like this, consider hitting that like button and definitely subscribe to this channel. Let's see how this pandering is about to go down.
Amid today's bombshell announcement that Joe Biden will not be running for a second term, he immediately came out and endorsed Kamala Harris. Kamala herself has now issued a statement that has rocked the political world. Quote, "On behalf of the American people, I thank Joe Biden for his extraordinary leadership as President of the United States and for his decades of service to our country. His remarkable legacy of accomplishment is unmatched in modern American history, surpassing the legacy of many presidents who have served 2 terms in office. It is a profound honor to serve as his vice president, and I am deeply grateful to the president, Dr. Biden, and the entire Biden family. I first came to know President Biden through his son, Beau. We were friends from our days working together as attorneys general of our home states. As we worked together, Beau would tell me stories about his dad, the kind of father and the kind of man he was. And the qualities Beau revered in his father are the same qualities, the same values I have seen every single day in Joe's leadership as president. His honesty and integrity, his big heart and commitment to his faith and his family, and his love of our country and the American people."
One reason why I stopped this so soon. Let's not forget the debate with her and Biden when she was going in on him.
Everything I've done in my career, I ran because of civil rights. I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
But Vice President Biden, do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America then?
No.
Do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education.
This is why I can't take some of these candidates serious, you understand? They're friends before enemies, always. So I always say that to say this, right? You never know if they're still friends and this is just all a shit show, you get me? So let me go ahead and continue.
With this selfless and patriotic act, President Biden is doing what he has done throughout his life of service, putting the American people and our country above everything else. I am honored to have the president's endorsement, and my intention is to earn and win this nomination. Over the past year, I have traveled across the country talking with Americans about the clear choice in this momentous election. And this is what I will continue to do in the days and weeks ahead. I will do everything in my power to unite the Democratic Party and unite our nation to defeat Donald Trump and his extreme Project 2025 agenda. We have 107 days until Election Day. Together we will fight, and together we will win. All of which is to say, Kamala's in. And it's not just in rhetoric. She's now officially filed to run for president, and she has the over $100 million Biden-Harris war chest at her full disposal, meaning this race is official and she's going to be the Democratic nominee, and she'll have the funds to ensure that every American knows the stakes of this election. The left has wasted zero time coalescing around Kamala Harris, racking up endorsements by the minute. Pelosi, Clyburn, the Clintons, Emily List, the Congressional Black Caucus, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and probably 100 more people and groups by the time you watch this. And if you want to know why the surge in enthusiasm, well, here's an ad that she ran in 2020 that might be especially effective against Donald Trump in particular.
Sick of this? Well, think about this. He's a world leader in temper tantrums. She never loses her cool. She prosecuted predators.
Now, a very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys till you're 30.
Okay. No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind.
He is one.
Grab him by the...
She shut down for-profit colleges that swindled Americans. He was a for-profit college.
At Trump University, we teach success.
You're fired.
Literally. He's owned by the big banks. She's the attorney general who beat the biggest banks in America and forced them to pay homeowners $18 billion.
You notice they're only picking all of the good parts, right? It's not like they're really being transparent. So sometimes you gotta really dig deep on your own and do your own research, because as much good as you think she's done, there's a lot of bad that can match that energy.
He's tearing us apart. She'll bring us together. This is Trump. And in every possible way, this is the anti-Trump. So if that's what you're looking for in your next president, there's really only one. Kamala.
Not for nothing, but if I was a convicted felon, the last person I would want to go up against is a prosecutor. Just, you know, for starters.
It's fake news. Don't talk to me.
In fact, Kamala is so effective that if you look back to her previous campaigns, she even received the support of one Donald Trump. That's right, thousands of dollars from Trump to Kamala Harris in 2011 and 2013. That's how good she was, that the guy running against her donated to her previous campaigns. Hell of an endorsement for Kamala. In fact, it's already become clear that Trump himself doesn't know how he's going to run against her. This was his first foray into trying to attack Kamala at his last rally, and didn't exactly go off too well.
From the moment we take back the White House from crooked Joe Biden and Kamala, I call her Laughing Kamala. You ever watch her laugh? She's crazy. You know, you can tell a lot by a laugh. No, she's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi, crazy Nancy.
If the best that Donald Trump has is some tepid attack about her laugh, then he really isn't prepared for this race. And here's why this is especially damaging to Trump. Had Biden stayed in, the next 4 months of this race until November would have been a referendum on Biden's age. Now that Biden stepped aside, the next 4 months are going to be a referendum on the issue that Kamala has focused on more than any: abortion rights. She has been touring the country for the last year advocating for this issue, the one issue that has been responsible for Republicans' election losses even in deep red states like Kansas and Ohio and Kentucky and Alabama. Abortion is a killer for Republicans, and Democrats just elevated someone who has been the party's top spokesperson on the issue to the top of the ticket. If I was a Republican, I'd be worried.
What a bunch of bullshit.
In fact, here's what it looks like when Kamala is given the opportunity to prosecute that issue in particular. Moving over to the issue of Dobbs, of abortion, June 24th is going to mark the 2-year anniversary of Dobbs. Republicans just this past week blocked a vote in the Senate to guarantee access to contraception, with only Murkowski and Collins crossing over. Can you speak about, I guess, as clearly and definitively as you can, what it would mean for contraception if Trump and Republicans took over?
I think that there is, when you look at the blueprint for this, there are a couple things you can understand in terms of who's to blame and what's happening. You can look at the former Trump presidency, right? The former President Trump's presidency, and when he was presented with the notion of a national ban, said that he would support it and sign it if it came to his desk when he was president. He hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade.
And bragged about that.
And they did as he intended, and he has since bragged about how proud he is of what he did. I also would point to the decision that court rendered undoing the protections of Roe, taking basic freedoms from the American people. Clarence Thomas, a member of the United States Supreme Court, said the quiet part out loud in that decision.
Why are we not teaching our children how to make better decisions, better choices? Why we don't pay attention to solutions on the root problem as opposed to waiting for a cure? You understand what I'm saying? I really don't understand this situation right here. People are not just pregnant by accident. We really got to do better. We really got to do better. We got to teach our own. Everyone's out for self nowadays. Everyone is selfish. I'm telling you, we need to really change that situation right there. We got to change that up. The rhetoric they running with, you can miss me with that. It's a lot of fear mongering, a lot of mental manipulation. Y'all got to pay attention. Think critically. Don't just take everything they saying for face value.
Which is that contraception was very much on the table, not to mention Obergefell. So, regardless of one's gender, this issue of the taking of a fundamental freedom, the freedom to make decisions about one's own body, impacts everyone. And just sit back and think about it again. The notion that in our lifetime, just in the last 2 years, a basic freedom, literally about house and home, about the freedom to make decisions about your own body has been taken.
If the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it. Absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
You are not just protecting yourself. You are protecting your family. You are protecting your neighbors. You are protecting people you may never meet.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Getting it is about building the power of community. Getting is about building the power of our country. And we can do this, Georgia. I know we can do this.
If that's taken...
You know why I'm laughing? Because the freedom was taken when, the was going around. You understand what I'm saying? So remember, they forced you to accept something that you really didn't want to accept. Y'all forgot about that? Where they forced us, right? It wasn't your body anymore, huh? But now it's your body. You see the rhetoric? Pay attention.
I would suggest everything is on the table. And for that reason, everyone should be concerned and vigilant about fighting to protect freedoms. See the stakes at hand and at play in this election in 2024. Because believe you me, if Donald Trump is president again and a national abortion ban hits his desk, odds on favorite, he signs it. And for all of our friends in California and New York and all these other states that have protected this freedom, don't get too comfortable.
Right. A nationwide ban on abortion is a nationwide ban.
A nationwide ban on abortion is a nationwide ban on abortion.
So the message to Democrats, to independents, to pro-democracy Republicans is abundantly clear. Let's rally around Kamala Harris, around her message of reproductive freedom, around her message of accountability for criminals, and let's win this election to ensure that Donald Trump never steps foot in the Oval Office again.
This right here is manipulative at its best right here. This is pandering at its best. You understand me? This guy right here is a cheerleader. He's a super cheerleader right here. I disagree with everything they said right here. I'm sorry. I am neither party. I just see through the BS. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of dreams are being sold right here. A lot of words are being twisted. Listen. They are manipulating you from both sides, both angles. Just, keep your head on a swivel. One thing you got to pay attention to is this, right? Let's just say, for example, I vote Republican, you vote Democrat, and somehow we get into an argument in the street, right? You do realize that the most time that a president can have is 8 years. That's it. That's 2 terms. So why are y'all going to war with each other for someone who's not going to remain there forever? Now, if the case was whoever we pick, they're going to remain there for the rest of their life, right? Then you could go gun-ho, but how can you love somebody so much to put them in a position where they only could really be there for a total amount of 8 years? I mean, that's not going to change your whole life. maybe 4 years of your life, and it's really not going to change your life except financially. No one is going to save you. You have to save yourself. You have to be prepared for situations when things go rock bottom. With that being said, make sure you go in the comments, run it up, flood it up. If you like reactions like this and you made it to this part of the video, consider hitting that like button. Definitely subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell. See you in the next one.